when you get a chance. Hi, everybody. My name is Katie Hill, and I am coming to you from perennial Fitchburg. This is the 985th attempt to try to do this stream. Megan, Grace, and I are doing our best to try to bring you some yoga. So if you're watching this live, bless you for hanging out this long. If you are not, I'm so happy that you are here watching a recording anyhow. Let's just find a nice comfortable seat. We'll start just by kind of coming in. I'm sitting on a little bolster here, so if you want to sit on a pillow or a blanket, and just sit up nice and tall and allow your shoulder blades to soften down your back. And we'll just come into the present moment, breathing in and out, perhaps closing your eyes and noticing the physical sensation of inhaling and exhaling. Feeling your sit bones root into the earth. Feeling your spine lengthening long towards the crown of your head, reaching up to the sky. Connecting us, earth to sky. We're just going to allow this practice to unfold, being in our physical bodies, surrendering to the present moment, letting it be what it is, letting our emotions flow through our movement and our breath today. And if you feel resistance, see if you can breathe into the resistance. Allow yourself to feel whatever you feel. No judgment. Just breathing in and out. And in this moment, if you would like to set intention for your practice, perhaps a devotion of your energy, a prayer, an affirmation, whatever comes to your heart is the right thing. Just place it right in the middle of your chest. Hold that intention, sankalpa. And we'll just begin honoring those intentions with an Om. So let's take a nice deep breath in together. Beautiful job. So from here, we're going to just make our way onto hands and knees. And we're going to begin just by bringing a little bit of movement to the body. So allowing yourself to move however your body wants to move to begin with. I always kind of start with my hips and my shoulders. And just taking a few moments to feel what parts of your body are craving opening. What parts of your body might be feeling a little tense. And just accepting however you feel today. Practicing in a home practice can be very different than practicing amongst other yogis in a studio. So just be kind. Practicing with kids and animals always is a little challenging. But you're still doing it. So let's just begin moving our spines back and forth with a little cat and cow. So we're going to inhale, dropping belly down, tailbone high, heart lifts. Exhale, arch your spine, tuck your chin, squeeze everything out. When you're ready to inhale, come right back in. Following your own breath. You don't have to keep up with me in any way. Just find your inhale and your exhale. Keep your elbows a little soft. And perhaps turning your toes under so that you can get a little bit of a stretch at the bottom of your feet. Let's do 2 more inhale and exhales, 2 more rounds of breath. And when you feel like you're ready, just going to place your hands right underneath you, curl your toes under. We'll make our way to downward dog. And I invite you to take this downward dog and move it around a little bit. That feels good. I like to pedal my feet. Shift my hips side to side a little bit. And then when you feel like you're ready, don't be afraid to bend those knees. Reach your heart back towards your thighs. And try to find a moment of stillness here. Let's take a deep breath in. And then open your mouth and exhale. Again, inhale. Open your mouth. We're going to inhale again. Open your mouth. Now you can close your mouth, breathing in and out through your nose if that's comfortable for you. And we're slowly just going to begin to walk our feet up to our hands. And I'm just going to turn here. And right in this forward fold, I'm going to invite you to bend your knees. Maybe your hands just stay here. Maybe you want to hold on to opposite elbows. Just allow yourself to hang. Maybe adding a bit of movement if that suits you. And even though you're hanging upside down right now, try to draw your breath into your belly. And exhale. Good. Now from here, we're going to bring our hands down, bend those knees, and we're slowly going to roll up to standing. You might even walk your hands right up the front side of your body. And then just let your arms continue the journey, reaching up nice and tall. Let's hold on to opposite hands as we just open a little bit side to side. This doesn't have to be a big movement. Beautiful, you guys. Just allow yourself a little bit of opening through your side body. Good, and then we're going to bring our arms down and roll the shoulder blades around a little bit. And just pay attention to any sensation you might feel in your shoulders. Good. And we're going to take those shoulders behind us, okay? Feet right underneath our hip bones, okay? So there's a little space between the feet. And let's just take all 10 toes and lift them up. Maybe give them a little wiggle, spread them as wide as you can, and then place them right back down on your mat. Lifting your heart, but relaxing your shoulders. This is mountain. Tadasana. Mountain pose, standing in our own power. Standing with our strength of heart. Just feeling the connection between the feet and the mat. Let's just begin a nice, easy, gentle flow. So we're going to inhale and float our arms up over our heads. And we're going to exhale right into the heart center. Good. Let's do that again. Deep breath in. And then we'll exhale right to the heart. Just honoring your intention every time your hands pass through your heart. Exhale. Let's take one more deep inhale. This time on the exhale, let's fold our bodies forward, okay? Allow your knees to be soft, head relaxes. On your inhale, halfway lift. So we're gonna open up nice and long through the spine and then fold again. Good, root down through your feet and lift your body up. Lift that heart. Exhale, right in. Again, inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift on the inhale and fold again. Good, root down and rise all the way up. Lift your heart. Exhale, heart center. Good, let's add to this. We're gonna inhale, float those arms. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift on the inhale. Fold on the exhale. Good. Now, right here, we're just going to plant our hands and step back into our plank pose, okay? Now, those of you who want to create a little heat, you can just really pull belly up and in, okay? If you want support, knees come down just like this, okay? So we're just breathing, drawing belly up, connecting to that fiery breath, that nice deep heat within us. We're going to inhale deeply. On the exhale, roll your elbows in, lower all the way down. Good. We're going to inhale, lift our hearts, baby cobra. Exhale, right back down. We'll do that again. We'll inhale. And then exhale, right back down again. Let's do one more for good luck. We'll inhale, lift the heart. Exhale. And your next inhale, tuck your toes. We're going to come all the way back to downward dog. Just roll right into it. Pause here. Breathing in and breathing out. Let's take one more breath here. And then very slowly walk your feet up to the top of the mat. We're going to hang here for a moment. Halfway lift on the inhale. Fold on the exhale. Good. Let's root down through our feet and rise all the way up. Big inhale. Exhale, heart center. Good. We're going to add to that. Inhale, float the arms. Exhale and fold forward all the way. Halfway lift on your inhale. And fold again. Planting hands, stepping back nice and long. Knees up or down, elbows in. Let's lower. We're going to offer the heart, maybe cobra or up dog. We'll exhale back, downward facing dog. 2 more breaths right here. Your next inhale will bend the knees a little bit. Look to the hands and step up to the top of the mat. Halfway lift on the inhale and fold on the exhale. Let's root down and rise all the way up. Exhale, heart center. Good, let's do that again. We're gonna inhale, float. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift on the inhale. Fold on the exhale. Let's plant our hands, step our feet back, nice and long. High plank. When you're ready, lower all the way or halfway. Offer your heart, cobra or up dog, maybe baby cobra still. And then we'll exhale back, downward dog. Allow yourself to really exhale. Lifting the hips high and back to downward dog is my favorite exhale. Just feels really freeing. One more breath right here. Your next inhale, bend your knees, look to your hands. Step, hop, or walk to the top of the mat. Halfway lift on the inhale and fold on the exhale. Let's root down and rise all the way up. Big inhale. Exhale, heart center. Beautiful. Let's add on to this. Inhale, we're going to float the arms. On the exhale, we're going to sit back in chair pose, okay? Maybe hands at the heart. Maybe hands are up. Pinkies sort of rolling a little bit towards the center line. Shoulder blades down. Really feel some warmth here. Breathing in, breathing out. Let's take one more inhale. On the exhale, we're going to fold forward all the way. Halfway lift on the inhale. Fold on the exhale. Now, our left foot is going to step back behind us, and we're going to rise into warrior one. So you're just going to come up through your legs first, and then feel your arms extend up and your shoulders reach back. So we're just sinking right in. Nice, easy Virabhadrasana 1. And let's slowly open this up, warrior 2. So we're just going to take our hips and our shoulders open wide. Roll shoulder blades down. Your knees, 12 o'clock. You should feel some sensation in those legs as you breathe in and breathe out. Good. Let's inhale. We're going to reverse this peaceful warrior. Deep breath in. Full exhale. Good. Let's float back to warrior 2. Land here. Nice and strong. Take a deep inhale. On the exhale, we're going to pinwheel our hands down to the mat. Inhale into your plank. Okay, knees up or down. You can flow, moving high to low. Offering your heart up. We'll meet in downward facing dog. When you come to downward dog, really allow your body to loosen up, relax. Let's take one more breath in down dog. Your next inhale, bend your knees, look to your hands, step, hop, or walk to the top of the mat. Halfway lift on your inhale, fold on your exhale. Let's root down, rise all the way up. Big inhale. Exhale, heart center. Good. Now we're going to do the other side. I'm just going to switch sides so you don't have to look at my back. Inhale, float. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift. Fold. Oops, I made a mistake. Let's root down and rise all the way up. I got so excited. Exhale to the heart. Here, you just got a little extra half sun salutation. Let's inhale, float the arms. Then we'll sit right back. Utkatasana, second side. Maybe arms float. I really want you to notice, though, heart is up and lifted. We're not kind of Bent over like this, it's much more an open position. Let's take one more. Deep inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift on the inhale. Fold on the exhale. This time the right foot is going to step behind us at an angle. Okay, setting up warrior one, Virabhadrasana 1. Find your feet first and then slowly lift your body up. Hands up. Shoulder blades down. Virabhadrasana 1. Just really feel the connection between your feet and the mat. Find your breath. Soften your shoulders. Let's take one more here. And then we'll open this up, Virabhadrasana 2. So you can be as wide as you want to be today. Shoulder blades, not up here, but down, right? Deep breath in and out. On your next inhale, let's reverse. Peaceful. Try to sink into that front leg. Be nice and strong. Good. Let's float back, warrior 2. Take one more deep breath in. And on the exhale, we're going to pinwheel those hands back down to the mat. Pivot the right foot. Find your plank. And then moving high to low. Offering your heart, maybe cobra. Maybe you want to lift up those legs. We'll all meet in downward dog. To breathe. Let's take one more breath here. On your next inhale, bend those knees, look to the hands, step, hop, or walk to the top of the mat. Halfway lift on the inhale and fold on the exhale. Let's root down and rise all the way up. And exhale, heart center. Now let's bring our hands down to our sides. We're just going to pause in mountain pose for a moment. Feel your heart. Feel your breath. We're going to make our way into eagle pose. So we're going to inhale, float those arms up. On the exhale, we're going to take our right arm underneath our left arm. Now you can either hug or bind. Right leg is going to come up and over. You're going to sit back. Try to find a place to focus and breathe. Now it's always okay to have your toe on the earth here. Try to squeeze your inner thighs together. Keep your heart lifted. You might want to lift your elbows up a little bit. Just for fun. Good. Now we're going to unwrap this whole thing. Inhale, float the arms. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift on the inhale. Fold again. Good. Let's root down and rise all the way up. We're going to come into the second side. So this time, left arm is underneath the right arm. Maybe a hug or maybe a bind of the hands. Left leg is going to come up and over the right leg. Squeeze together. Drop in. Find your drishti. Gaze. Breathing in. Whoa. Breathing out. Just letting it be what it is, right? All right, let's take one more breath here. And then gently unwrap, reach up, deep breath. Fold, exhale. Halfway lift on the inhale. Fold on the exhale. Let's root down and rise all the way up. Big inhale. Exhale, heart center. Good. From here, we'll inhale again, arms float. Exhale, fold forward all the way. Halfway lift on the inhale and fold. Let's take left foot behind us, warrior one again. Okay, just growing up and into warrior. Good. Now you can stay right here in warrior. Hands can be at your heart if you like, or you can take your hands behind the small of your back. Roll your shoulder blades together. Okay, sink it into the strength of your legs. And then perhaps you want to lift the heart to the sky. Relax the head. Take a nice deep inhale. And on the exhale, we're going to lift the head back up and we're going to bow into humble warrior. So right shoulder to the inside of the right knee. Draw your belly up here. Good. Let's take a deep inhale. On the exhale, we're going to lift all the way up. And then we're going to inhale. Release those arms up over the head. Exhale, warrior two, Virha two. You just get your feet where you want them. We're just going to move this around a little bit. So we're going to inhale. And as we exhale, we're going to sink right back down, okay? So inhale, straighten the front leg, both arms up. Exhale, back down. Again. And exhale. Good, let's do that one more time. We're going to reach up and just pause right here. Okay, we're going to bring our arms down to the side. Some of you are going to shorten your stance a little bit. Okay, we're going to move into Trikonasana. So we're going to lean our bodies forward and then tilt into our triangle shape. Beautiful place for a block or stack of books here. If this hand is sore or the shoulder is bad, hand can always come to the hip, okay? Try to keep your neck loose. If it hurts to look up, you can look down or straight ahead. Those of you that have that flexibility, reach fingertips to the sky, energy all the way through your arms. I'm going to take 2 more breaths right here. Good, now let's inhale. Imagine someone's lifting this top hand up, okay? And we're going to sink right back down into warrior two. There's a land here. Good, now we're going to take a right elbow down to the inside of the right knee. And this left arm, we're just going to open up with some arm circles. And maybe reverse the direction. Just check out your shoulder. What's going on there today? Okay, and then we'll find our way to your version of extended side angle. So most accessible might be right here. You might angle. Some of you may come down. If you're feeling like you might want to bind, you can drop this top hand, maybe even reach underneath you. So these are all different options depending on where you are. Good. Now what we're going to do is take this left hand, guys, and drop it down to the mat. Okay? Pivot the back foot, and you're going to place the back knee down on the mat. Sink in. Lift your heart. Okay? So we're lifting hearts, sinking in so that we can feel this beautiful hip flexor open up. And we're just going to move this around a little bit. So we're going to inhale, and on the exhale, we're just going to reverse it out. Let's do it again. So we're inhaling, lift the heart. Exhale. Let's inhale and exhale. I'm going to inhale. We'll do one more. And exhale. All right, then we're going to come back, low lunge. Curl the left toes under, lift the left leg, find your plank. And then if you want, you can take your flow or just go to downward dog. Okay? When you come to downward dog, let's take 4 or 5 breaths here. Let's take 1 more breath. On your next breath in, bend those knees, look to your hands, step, hop, or walk to the top of the mat. Halfway lift on the inhale and fold on the exhale. Good, root down and rise all the way up. And then we'll exhale right in, honoring our intentions, honoring our hearts. Good, we'll do the other side. So we're gonna inhale, float the arms. Exhale, fold forward all the way. Halfway lift on the inhale. And then let's fold again. This time, right foot steps back. Okay, we're gonna lift our bodies up, really feeling ourselves sink in. So this foot's at an angle, front foot's at 12 o'clock. Okay, maybe the arms are up over your head. Maybe they're at your heart. There's so many options. Okay, maybe like we did on the other side, clasp your hands behind you, but then roll your shoulder blades. That's the key to that. Sink into those legs, lift the heart. Trust yourself. Trust your amazing resilience. We all have such power. Just to breathe in, breathe out, gently. Bowing into humble warrior. Maybe you have some flexibility in your shoulders, your hands come off. Some of you might not have your hands very far off your back, and that's okay. Just see if you can take 2 more breaths right here. And we're gonna take an inhale while we're bowed. On the exhale, we're gonna lift up through the legs, nice and strong. Good, inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, warrior 2. Good, maybe you take your stance a little bit wider here. Good, feel those feet connecting in. Okay, we're gonna inhale, straighten the front leg, both arms up. Exhale, sink on down. Inhale, reach. Exhale, down. Inhale. Exhale. Good, let's inhale, reach up. We'll pause right here. Just feel your ribs open up. We'll make our way into Trikonasana. So we're gonna bring the arms down. Some of you may find a shorter stance here is a little easier, a little more helpful. We're gonna lean and then tilt into triangle. So you're really lengthening from crown of head through your spine. Just taking some nice deep breaths. Now might be a good time for me to tell you how much I miss you guys. Let's take a nice deep inhale. We're gonna lift up and out, bring the arms back down to the side. So we're gonna make our stance a little bit longer again, sinking in to extended side angle. So this time we'll take the right arm, just make some nice big, beautiful, open circles. And then reverse. Good, and then set yourself up, extended side angle, okay? Maybe your arm's right here. Now, if you have your elbow on your knee, it's the lightest possible touch. You really want to use your core muscles here, okay? Maybe you're ready to sink down to a block. Maybe this shoulder comes down. So what you really want to do is think about breathing into your strong, strong legs and lengthening tailbone down through the crown of your head. Beautiful. Let's take 1 more breath here. Good. Now we're going to take right hand down to the mat. Pivot that right foot drop the right knee down. You might have to readjust your feet a little bit. Sink in to that hip flexor. And then once you've done that, lift your heart. Okay, so sink down. Feel your hands on your blocks or the mat. Let's take a deep inhale here. On the exhale, we'll reach back. Let's inhale. Exhale. Let's inhale again. And exhale. I think I did 4 on the other side, so let's do one more for good luck. Good, and then we'll pause right here. And here's the opportunity for you to curl your right toes under, lift up that right knee. Find your way to plank, and then take vinyasa or downward dog. Okay, everybody's moving at their own pace. Feeling in to your body and your experience. Now from this downward dog, you can stay put and just take a bunch of extra breaths, or this is a beautiful time to bring knees down, shift hips back, and find your child's pose. Just find your breath here. And just feel that life force, that prana moving through you. We're going to take 2 more breaths right here. Good. Now let's come up to our tabletop position. Just do a couple of resets, either shifts hips side to side, maybe some cat-cow. Just going to reset that spine. Good. Let's find downward dog. Okay, curling toes, lifting high and back. Nice deep breath in. Full exhale. Let's do that 2 more times. Deep inhale. Exhale. Exhale. Your next inhale, let's bend those knees. Look to your hands. Step, hop, or walk to the top of the mat. Halfway lift on the inhale. And forward fold. Let's root down and rise all the way up. We're going to exhale right in heart center. Good. Now from here, let's take a moment, shake out any tension you might be feeling. All right, and then we're going to come back to the stillness of your mountain. Okay, I want you to feel grounded, strong, powerful, unmovable like a mountain. Good. Now what we're going to do is play with our balance. So just remember, this is just an opportunity to practice, okay? This isn't about perfection. Let's shift our weight to the right foot, okay? We're just going to pick up the left knee. We're just going to hold on to that knee for a moment. I want you to lift your heart up, drop your tailbone nice and long. Now, if you'd like, you can take this leg and open it up. Some of you may grab your toe and maybe open this way. Okay, it's not mandatory though. All right, now we're gonna bring this knee back around to center, turning this into airplane. So kick that leg behind you and just fly like an airplane in nice clear blue skies. One more breath here. And then we're gently gonna bring that knee back around. Give it another squeeze. Woo! All right, then we'll put both feet down on the ground. Shake it off. A little burning in that right leg is totally normal. It's just letting us know that we're building strength, right? All right, here we go. Second side. So find mountain first. Shift weight, left foot. We're gonna pick up the right knee. And then just hold on to this. Okay, drop tailbone, lift the heart, long spine here. If you'd like, you can open this baby up. Maybe you want to grab your toe and lengthen the right leg. And try to keep your heart open. One more breath. Let's come back around to center. Airplane pose, right leg floats behind you. Arms out. Try to keep your breath flowing in and out. It's really easy to hold your breath here. And we don't want to do that. Let's do one more breath. And then slowly bring right knee back around. Give a little squeeze. Beautiful. And bring both feet down. Shake that out. We're going to take our feet wide for a moment. We're just going to inhale up. Exhale to heart. Let's inhale and exhale. We'll do one more just like that. Good. And we're going to bring our feet right back together again. Mountain pose. One more balance. Tree pose. Starting with weight on the right foot. We're going to bend this knee. We're going to open up the hip. Okay. Then your foot can be below your knee or above your knee. Some of you are going to have your feet on the earth. Okay. It's all good. If you'd like to grab for your upper thigh, that's fine as well. Or any other version of tree. Maybe arms are up. Maybe they're out. Maybe they're down. Maybe there's some collie arms going on. I don't know. Let's send some devotion to our friend of transformation. All right, maybe hands right at the heart. Let's take one more breath. And then slowly come back. Shake that off. Let it go. And then come back to the stillness mountain. Shift weight, left side. Let's pick up the right knee. Allow your hip to open up, and then you decide where you want to be. You just don't want to take your heel into your knee because your knee's not strong enough to really handle that pressure. So just find your spot, and then find your branches wherever they may be. Yeah, that's it, you guys. Let's take 2 more breaths right here. And then let's come on home. All right, and just shake that off. Find your feet and just feel that energy moving up and down your body. Your blood's pumping. Good. Now we're going to revisit our hips just a little bit here. So let's take a deep breath in. Arms are going to float up. We'll exhale and fold forward. Halfway lift on the inhale. And fold on the exhale. Left foot is going to step behind us. This is low lunge, okay? Now there's options here. So you can either keep this leg nice and strong and long, or you can drop the knee down to the mat. Either one is great, okay? Lift the heart. And we're going to inhale, twist, exhale, just wrap right underneath your thigh. So let's inhale, exhale. Inhale and exhale. Let's inhale and pause at the top. Good, bringing right hand down to the mat. Okay, and from here, we're going to turn this into half splits. Some of you might have full splits in your practice, and that's fine. Toes are going to reach to the sky. Hands come to the best place to support you, and you're going to pull your belly in, curl your forehead. Breathe in. Let's take one more breath. And then very slowly, we'll come right back, low lunge. Okay, we're going to curl left toes underneath us, okay? And from here, you're just going to step left foot up to meet the right, halfway lift, forward fold. Let's root down and rise all the way. Exhale, heart center. Good. Let's inhale, float the arms. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift. And fold. This time the right leg is going to step back, okay? Low lunge, so it can sink right here. Or this knee can come down, right? Either way is beautiful. I like to mix it up, even as an advanced practitioner or an intermediate practitioner. It feels a little different depending on how you do it, all right? Let's inhale, arms up. Exhale, just wrap your thigh. Inhale. Exhale, arm underneath. Inhale. Exhale. And we're going to inhale, pause right here. Maybe hand is, or knee is on the ground, maybe not. Take a deep breath in. Left arm, it's going to come down. We're going to step. You might have to take 2 steps up to the top of the mat again. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Root down and rise all the way up. Exhale, right in, heart center. Good. Let's inhale, float, and fold as you exhale. Halfway lift on your inhale. Fold on the exhale. Now we're going to plant our hands, step back, finding plank pose. Okay, nice and long, nice and strong. We're just going to hold this for a few breaths. Let's hold it, let's say for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to bring our knees down, finding child's pose, sinking hips back. This is a great place for those of you who would rather do embryo pose with your knees together, or perhaps hero's pose or recline heroes. This is the time to do that. We're going to take maybe 5 more breaths here. Beautiful job. Now from here, let's slowly make our way back to tabletop. Okay, and from this tabletop position, just reset again. I don't know why I'm feeling called to do this, but we're going to do it anyway. All right, forearms down, lengthening out. Okay, this is forearm plank. So here we go. Drop the hips. And I want you to imagine this long line of energy from the crown of your head all the way down your spine, right out your tailbone. And just breathe some fire into your central channel. We'll hold this for 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, and we're going to bring our knees down one more time. Child's pose, maybe embryo. Let's take 2 more breaths right here. And then very slowly unpack yourself. Let's just take a couple hip circles, cat cows, just completely relaxing. And then let's make our way onto our seats. Okay, when you come to your seat, I'm going to invite you to just shake out your legs a little bit. Okay, now what we're going to do is bend our knees, okay? We're just going to take arms around and hug our bodies in. So just squeeze everything in. And I like to pull my back towards the back of the room or towards the sky, just kind of arching like we're in cat pose, but using a little bit of leverage from your legs. I hope you guys know how absolutely beautiful you are. All right, we're going to bring arms behind us, okay? And just sort of opposite, let's lift your heart, maybe relax your head back. Those of you who want to pull off a reverse plank here or a reverse tabletop, you're more than welcome. All right, gently bring the head back up. Release those arms. We're going to bring the legs back down. All right, so here is where I want you to find your sits bones. So like most of us have to move the muffins out of the way. All right, and then with your legs bent or straight, I want you just to bring your hands right by your hips. So you're going to roll your shoulders back. And I want you to connect with your sits bones. You just really feel rooting down and then lifting through the crown of your head. Drawing your toes just a little bit towards your body so they're active. And we're going to fold into this. So we're going to take a deep breath in. Arms can float. And on the exhale, I want you to reach as long as you can. Now, maybe you're going to catch your toes, maybe not. It doesn't really matter. And just fold into yourself, long and relaxed. If your hands are up here, that's the same thing. Sometimes I like to hold underneath my legs. 2 more breaths right here. And we'll gently unpack this. Okay, we're gonna roll shoulder blades, bend those knees. Just to counterbalance this, if you'd like, you can bring your arms behind you. Maybe you wanna lift your hips up. Maybe you wanna keep your hips on the earth, okay? It doesn't matter. Deep inhale. And then we'll come back and around to this. All right, so from here, let's just bring the soles of the feet together, letting the knees reach out to opposite sides. And once again, I kind of grab like a little bit of my flesh and let my sit bones really sink down. Okay, then I'm gonna hold onto my ankles so I can drop my shoulder blades in. Just close your eyes. Feel sit bones rooting, long lengthening of the spine. Let's take 2 more breaths right here. Gently use your hands to kind of guide your knees back to center. And then we're going to come all the way down to our backs. So you can do that with control just by bringing arms out to the side. And some of you may be ready just to come all the way down onto your back. And from here, just going to take a full body stretch if that's comfortable for you. Arms overhead. And just really lengthen yourself out. And then we're going to bring our arms around and just give ourselves a hug. Just a little bit of, as I put the microphone into my arm, a little bit of love and appreciation here. Okay. Now we'll bend those knees. Take your feet as wide as your mat. And then from here, just lazily move your knees back and forth. So when you do that, your hip might come off the mat a little bit. That's good. Good, and then from here, we'll bring the knees back into center. Just let them knock together. Feel your pelvis, the back part of your pelvis connecting with your mat. And then very gently, we'll pull those knees in. And some of you might like to hold above the knees. I like to sometimes hold below the knees. And if it feels good, rock side to side. Just a little movement, little back massage. It is so amazing, and just it's so amazing that you took time out today to do this practice with me. Taking care of our health and our well-being is the most important thing. It always was. We didn't need this to happen to know that, but it's a good reminder, right? So let's take our knees and drop them over to the left. Just a little supine twist here. You can turn this into any version of supine twist that makes you happy. Perhaps you turn your gaze or your chin in the opposite direction of your knees. See if you can allow your body to be heavy here. Let's take 2 more breaths. And then gently come back to center. And we'll drop the knees over to the right side. Ooh, a little dusty on the floor. Maybe your chin is in the opposite direction. If that's too much, you can keep your face straight up. And just notice if you're clenching anything, perhaps you can release it. Just breathe some oxygen into any part of your body that feels tense. And as you exhale, just soften. Good. Let's take 2 more beautiful breaths right here. Very gently, we're going to bring those knees back around to center. Give yourself a squeeze. Just really honoring your heart's intention today, honoring your resilience, your ability to be right here, right now. Now, this is a perfect time to soften down into Shavasana. If you want, you can go ahead and just turn this recording right off and just lay here, completely surrendering to the next 5 or 10 minutes, even longer if you want. Another option is to find your way to a seated position. Making sure your sit bones are rooted, your spine is long. Shoulders relaxed. Maybe your palms are up. Maybe your palms are down on your knees. And let's just take a minute or two to drop into stillness. As the beautiful teacher Thich Nhat Hanh says, just consider the smallest, slightest smile, just the ends of the corners of your mouth, and just turning just a bit. And just allowing that smile to radiate. To radiate through your whole body. Just knowing that nothing is permanent. That you are so loved. I'm going to bring my hands to heart center today, honoring your intentions, honoring your sweet souls. I'm going to leave you with one Om. Let's take a deep breath in together. I love you all. I will be waiting for you here in this beautiful studio for the time where we will practice again together in community. Until then, I love you, peace, and stay well.